everyone thoughts and feelings about it, positive or negative. I just really love to hear some feedback. So I'll pass to Livia.
I think we're doing good using the board. I think it's okay. The way I use the board is I look at it when I feel a little bit lost and I see what is there that I really need to do. But I don't update so much like the status of things in the board. I could do that better. And I feel like other contributors, we still could improve giving other contributors access to the board more often rather than stewards. And I pass to Juanca.
Yeah, I agree with Livy. I think that I use the dashboard for like creating the issues, and I have like a mental like a following of the issues, and I only close them when they're done, but I don't like update them if we have been doing like small advances to them. I will pass to Septimus.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, for me it's kind of like the same of both of you. Like the board is helping me when I'm lost, like, and helps me to be more organized and like see what like especially like oh I have these issues, but this one is for this sprint, and then also prioritize some issues others. But yeah, I also feel like I could give more updates to keep the community more accountable. And yeah, maybe we should think, since it seems like this is a thing is happening to many of us, like we could make me do I don't know, do a process like make it proactive, like we to us, like, or maybe incentivize somehow update the board. Yeah, I'll pass it to Griff.
Yeah, I definitely wish I used the board more than I do. When I do use it, well, I mean, in these calls, it's very helpful for me to remember the things that I needed to do, and need to do. Most of the time, the things that need to happen for me, they happen, and we make them happen, and sometimes when we're doing these reviews, then I look at the board, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that, and oh yeah, I need to make that happen too. Oh, I'm glad the board is there, I don't look at it on a day-to-day basis throughout the calls, only on these weekly syncs, but it's very useful for me to have during those weekly syncs. So it's also, sometimes I use the board as places to store links and valuable information that are relevant to the topics. And man, and I wish I was better at like looking at notifications, because I feel like that's the real magic of the board that we don't unlock enough. Is like when you just tag someone, hey, like it's almost like the GitHub issue is like a forum post, and you can just, if we were able to take its as a habit, it would be so useful. Or if we were able to like integrate, like what would help me would be some tool of like, when I get tagged in GitHub, a Discord pop-up, direct message happens, and it's like with a link to that issue, like, hey, you were just tagged. And then it'd be like, well, I wouldn't miss that because, hey, here we are in Discord every day. But I just don't look at GitHub every day. I wish I did. So yeah, I think that's why developers, it's great for them because they go to GitHub to push their code. That's where they work every day. And I work in Discord because all I do is talk. I don't do shit. So like, it's like, I feel like it has such potential to be unlocked, but I haven't been able to get it into my habit. I'll pass it to Mount Manu.
Thanks, Griff. I think y'all are doing a great job at using it. I don't use it that much, but I'll start getting into the groove of using it. That's pretty much it. I'll pass it to Edu.
Thank you, Manu. For me, it was a very, at the beginning, during the first month, it was extremely useful. But then, since we were using the campaign formats, um, it was hard to track my individual actions or issues, because it was more about having a document we were tracking so everyone could see it, which was the easy curate. So we were not creating an issue for every onboarding, for every process. So I felt at some point I felt guilty that I had like 2 issues only, and I saw the other ones having a lot of issues. But it always became a space that I felt were extremely productive, at least for someone like me. Um, Probably what I will have liked is to added a section to the calls, like every working group calls, to sort of have like a hey, uh, a check-in of the issues within the working groups, not necessarily wait until the retrospective or the sprint planning to be aware of the issues, because sometimes there's people within the working groups that were not aware of the issues. So I think that was something that I will probably maybe incorporate to sort of have this loop within the working groups, weekly calls to have them check the issues as a kind of a way to work. I don't know, but for me it works. So. And I don't know who's left. Libby?
Lydia went, I guess. Yeah, I want to say welcome to Odd Name. It's really nice to see you, Odd. This is our sprint retrospective, and very happy for you to be here. Probably you don't use our ZenHub board at all, but we're just having a sort of round of comments about how useful it is for us. And then I guess maybe I'm the last one to go. And I would say, I agree with everything everybody said. I also use it when I'm feeling like, hey, what are my priorities again? Like a check-in, what did I commit to doing? But I also have so many pieces of paper, little notes in my, my running journal about things that need to go into ZenHub. So I also have all of these little tasks that are floating around. You know, a great example, Zep, is you and I doing these hatchdow things. And I'm like, oh, I made a note to myself to when I have a chance to put all those little tasks that we have coming up and that we've committed to within each working group to throw into ZenHub. I don't know did you do it already? I didn't.
No, what I was doing is like, I didn't open any issue. I just brainstorm a bit and on that document, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, we should.
Me neither.
we should do that.
Yeah.
Maybe on.
Yeah. Exactly that.
I was thinking maybe this is a steward issue. We should add it on the steward category.
I actually, when you mentioned, well, when Eduardo mentioned adding the working groups, adding a check-in on the ZenHub board in each working group, I wrote a note to myself to add it to the steward's agenda. Okay. Thanks for that, guys. It's super useful. And it's in the back of my mind to try to figure out how we can. So a few things come to mind. First is that, like, I'm so glad to hear that it serves a good purpose for everyone. And I don't think that we should try to mandate how it's used by people, but just continue to use it in the ways that are best, that are working best for us right now, and to continue to evolve to helping it work better for other people. Craig, the opening question was, how are we doing with the sprint board? And I just wanted to hear everybody's feedback. So if you'd like to, okay, there you go. Bye, Craig. All right, shall we go into the retrospective? So, I mean, let's just jump right in, because we just used these 13 minutes to talk about the board. Oh, look at the little chicken. just can everyone take a moment and send Ivy some love for these amazing little Easter eggs that she does every sprint? They're really, she's so creative in her offerings. All right, cool. So we know how this goes. I think 5 minutes is probably a good enough time to talk about what went well. So I'm setting a timer for 5 minutes and everyone jump in. Odd, if you don't have the link, I'm dropping it in the stewards channel right now if you want to jump in. I'm not sure, probably you're just watching this with us. Would you like to say hi and introduce yourself?
Hey, hi. Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think I know everybody here. So yeah, I'm Aude. I'm basically a researcher, philosopher, and I'm writing a book about DAOs right now. And TEC is one of my topics of research, but also a DAO that I just joined. So yeah. And if there's like a second for me to send some praise to Griff, that helped me a lot last weekend to get on board. So yeah, if I can do that, it's great. And I'm here to learn and take notes. So yeah.
Cool, excellent. Welcome.
Thanks, Tamara.
I'm so happy you're here. For everyone that was in Paris, Aude was one of the organizers for the Taoist, and that's how we came to know each other. All right, 5 minutes timer starting now. What went well? What went well for you personally, or the working group, or that you're working with, the community? Just share what you have. Juan Carlos, would you like to read what went well?
Yes. Okay. So, um, the consistency of the TEC updates in the weekly forum posts and the bi-weekly blog post is so important for the external face of the TEC. Yeah, Suga, great work for that. We did full outreach of hatchers. We survived the pre-hatch. Yes. People are taking time to themselves. Preparing the second graviton training. Source cred folks jumping in curious about the TEC. I feel our cultural practice are validated by other communities. Second graviton training preparation, POAPs, blog, study plan. Regaining the pace in the working groups. More autonomy on picking up tasks. Lot of new members. User testings. Collaborative economy. Oh man, that feels great. Reward system topic is on fire. Hatch 1.57 million and 203 backing hatchers. Vitor is rocking as a PM for the dashboard. Chuy took a vacation. 203 to 300-ish trusted seed participants. 270 to 300-ish trusted seed TCH holders. I experienced an unplugged vacation, watching new community-driven initiatives happening everywhere I look. Vibrant community, consistently people are showing up and making impactful efforts. DAO inactivity seems chill. Great token distribution. TC Twitter is engaging more with the community. Thumbnails on YouTube looking so good. Acid Laser is so fast updating them. Feeling of DAO votes coming soon. Exciting. Covenant being reviewed. Boardroom hackathon and new tools coming in. Every week there is more people engaging with us and even taking issues. SoftGov is rocking. A lot of initiatives happening there. Dashboard looking so good, can't wait to play the game. Minted NFTs, POAPs, and TCH tokens really quickly. Planning NBC book club for Thursdays after community call. Double the mean goal. New gravity training is looking really good with more planning. Snapshot looks like a great option. Found out Snapshot has ranked choice voting.
Okay, awesome. I love us celebrating our what went wells. So I'm gonna just set 30 seconds for everyone just to share how they feel about the things that went well. And Griff, will you kick us off?
Yeah, sorry, eating berries and finding mute buttons. I mean, come on, we did it. We succeeded at the hatch. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, lots of validation from external communities about cultural build and soft gov. Really excited about the conversations that we're having. We're having a lot of the right conversations around like what do we use to vote on, and I feel like the level of education of this community is really of our internal group is really high, and I think the cohesion is back after the praise Mageddon shit and all that stuff is done. It feels like it's finally behind us. I'll pass it to Nate.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. I've been talking to a lot of different people from outside the community as well, and all of them know the TEC. It's really amazing, and just like what we're doing and what we're building, and it's really fascinating to see. And I think we're seeing a new energy around the different working groups. I mean, Gravity is pursuing a whole bunch of stuff. It's amazing, and having these working groups becoming more autonomous and looking to develop their own systems and networks within internally is really really fascinating. And so I just really like the energy right now. So I will pass it to Livy.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really exciting because I feel like there was a sentiment of like, oh, what will happen post hatch? And I think we're like riding that wave really well. Like things are really starting to get visible on how we're going to move forward. And like Griff said, there's so much like a level of education that is really impressive. And the consistency of how this has been happening is like the merit for this. Like people continuously showing up and learning more and more things and taking ownership of things, and that's really awesome. So I'll pass to Eduardo.
Thank you, Livy. I feel that I'm at the right place at the right time, and I feel that I'm living something that it's. I just really want to open my eyes to everything that is going on. That's my sentiment at the moment. I feel at the right time, the right moment. So nothing else to add to that. And I would pass it on to Septimus.
Thank you, Edu. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we succeed the hatch. This has been awesome, and I'm super excited for the like every Thursday I go on the Prams call, like seeing the updates of the dashboard. Like it's looking so good, and it's going to be really fun. And I also think and see like all the working groups actually are having like I don't know, like a boost of tasks, like for example, I don't know, like on software decision tracking, advice process, like then we go on the stewards, we have three decisions, like the params dashboard, gravity new course, like everything is going. I don't know, it looks awesome, and I'll pass it to Craig.
Craig, I'm not 100. Oh, there you go.
You guys got me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice. I'm on mobile. Sorry. Yeah, we hatched. Yay. So of course it was an awesome sprint. And really everything everyone has said, I second. It's cool to see the shift because like Livy said, it's a big shift, but an important shift. So kudos to everyone for just being flexible and working and all of the amazing things that you all do. Who's left? Maybe Manu?
Thank you, Craig. Yeah, I mean, it went great. I like how the different working groups are unfolding into more intricate processes. I think for the communications working group, people are getting the pace in terms of delegating different responsibilities, and there's a balance and a harmony in terms of delegating tasks and people helping one another. I think the gravity training preparation is doing good, and yeah, that's it. I'm excited for what's to come. I'll pass it to Odd Name.
Well, as I said, I'm more learning here, so I don't have a lot to add for now. But I'm just more, trying to understand how you work and what are the processes that are unfolding now. So
Cool, and we're happy you're here, Odd. I'll pass to Juanca.
Yeah, I am also really motivated about the second graviton training, and I haven't been so much looking at the upgrade dashboard, but yeah, I think that also will be great, and I find that we are regaining pace. That after Paris, like we slowed down a little bit, but we are like accelerating again, and I think that's great.
Cool. And then I'm the last one. I mean, I'm going to second what everyone is saying about the feeling of having a sort of slow period, and now we have a lot of momentum and cohesion. I feel that extremely strongly. And I also want to say this idea around our community consistently being vibrant. There's constantly new people coming in. There's people taking on like autonomously taking on new tasks, and it's been really amazing for me to watch how this community has grown and is building the TEC that they want, and it's really cool. All right, awesome. Next thing that we do is always the things we can do better. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes again, and the idea is it could be something personal. It could be something in your life. It could be something in the working group you're working in. It could be something in our community. But what are the things that maybe we could have done better or that we could look at in improving? And the timer is starting now. Okay. Cool. All right. Craig, you're on mobile, so I think that you won't be able to read. Nate, would you like to read what we can do better for everyone?
Sure, yeah. All right, let's start at the top here. So identify what decisions need to be voted on and navigate the advice process more effectively. A framework for division specialization of labor for new users to come in, plug into, and start fulfilling issues as seamlessly as possible. Stop procrastinating on small issues that become bottlenecks. Building momentum again. Reward system is going to be a touchy topic and take time to debate. Hopefully this can be accelerated. Be more present at TEC Lounge. Learn to say no and manage workload better. Take time to do community building. Understand the decision-making from a psychological perspective to prevent us from collectively choosing counterproductive courses of action. Got to get out the votes. Onboarding people for the reward system is not so easy. Data scientists are incredibly busy. Many complex things to propose. Some people involved in the project making very small contributions to the hatch. A hatch retrospective article was suggested, and I realized that it was so obvious once it was said. Infinite small tasks that I couldn't predict in the time of the sprint planning. It's been challenging to organize. Feeling a lot of brain tiredness trying to organize Vake, but there's so much to organize before. Using the ZenHub board more. The common swarm needs to be replaced with a new dev team. I was personally not as responsive as I normally am, feeling that lots of replies due. Need to carve a space for that just in coming days. I've been asked for a roadmap and we don't have one that we can share yet. I keep copying issues for ZenHub into places other than ZenHub. Maybe a better solution is to drop a reminder in the title to build the issue later, even though it won't make sense to others right away. Comms is the only working group with an initial proposal for funding. Education, looking chill, but still need to hurry up and do not lose momentum and engagement from the community. Reward system looks off right now. Update more on ZenHub. Common Swarm team. I think Omega needs more support. I don't feel motivated to go to the calls. Should we think of something, or is it okay as is? Joining Chewy at the beach. Tollgate fee looks annoying now. Wink.
Oh, that last one's pretty funny. Wow, okay, we have a lot. Maybe while we, if somebody can help sort of organize these into themes with me, we'll be able to vote on them. But while we're doing that, if we can just take 30 seconds and go around, and maybe we can talk about which ones we feel very strongly about. And I'll pass to you, Nate, to kick us off.
Yeah, so I think a lot of them, the ones that I kind of felt with was not losing the energy. I think we're at a point now where we can either take all this energy and momentum and really run with it, or we can let it dissipate and lose a lot of interest. And so I think it's a very critical time right now for us to really get things moving in the right direction and make sure that we have as much participation as possible, especially within the debates. I think the reward system is a high priority, trying to figure that out and making sure that everybody's educated on how we're going to do it and participating and giving advice for it. So those are the big things out of that. And I'll pass it over to Livy.
Yeah, I agree that reward systems is a high priority, and I should put something more concisely about that, like ASAP. I feel like my brain is not working at its best capacity. I think I really need time off, but then I was planning to do that this week, and I feel like it's not going to work this week because there's a lot of things to get at least in a state of like that other people can work on it. And yeah, okay, that's my time. I'll pass to Zeptimus.
Thanks, Livy. Yeah, I feel like the same, like the reward system. And also, like, what I feel is like super important is like we don't not lose momentum. Like I know like the vibes not like chill a bit now, but it's I feel it's important like to start getting things out and keep the community excited about like what's going on and what's coming. Because yeah, I mean the hatch is done and we're still not building economies right now. So I don't know. I feel a bit off on that. But I mean, it's going to come and it's looking awesome. But don't take me wrong. And yeah, also like the common swarm, like same living is so bad. And I'll pass it to Juan.
Yeah, I also think that Omega needs more support. Like, yeah, I was going to the calls, but then like, yeah, I have been missing some, and yeah, I think that maybe there were some like goals on the roadmap, but I don't feel like yeah, we are actually building to them. So yeah, maybe Omega needs a little bit more support. And the also I wanted to say that to the one that wrote this feeling a lot of brain fog and tiredness, yeah, that I suggest to follow the how to request time from the organization, and that it's very important to be conscious about this and to not like over push um, our own capacities. So yeah, it's important to take some time and to look for the right moment to do that.
Thanks,
Uh,
Honka. May I,
yeah.
just before you pass it, can I just say, take your 2 stars and vote now. If you could please vote specifically on one issue and not a group, that'd be great. Back to you, Honka.
No, that's everything that I wanted to say. So I will pass to Griff.
Yeah, a lot of things they're not like emergencies. Most of the stuff doesn't seem like emergency, which is really nice. But it's like, oh man, there's a lot of like long-term things that could really bite us in the ass, like not having a dev team that's committed to the project. Really scary. Um, yeah, reward system is the other one that like if we don't make major progress on it, then it's going to be painful. So, but that being said, take time off. Take time off. You need time off. Take time off. The work that you do, if you're not feeling it, the work that you do will just suck. So take time off. And I'll pass it to. I'm sorry. Let's see. How about Mount Manu? Did you go?
No, not yet. Let me see. Yeah, I agree with Omega. Needed more support. I mean,
PC Hatch. And for me, that's like something that is like how I swear for like just didn't know that she had to put funding on the Hatch. So for me, it's like, let's not, like, for me it's perfect that we focus on this, on the reward system and the common swarm, but let's not lose the focus on the community building and communication towards the community, because I feel that we are not being clear toward the community, and we need clearance from my perspective. Sorry to get too excited about it. Back to you, Tam.
Okay, Craig, is your audio working? Okay.
I believe so. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll just add to what's gelling with everyone. Momentum, devs, what Eduardo said is important. Rewards, all the stuff. Yeah. And personally, I've been a bit absent, and my other workload continues to grow, but I need to get re-engaged, and so I'll be committed to that as well.
Cool.
I'm not sure who's next.
Oh, I think it's me that's last. So yeah, I was just feeling so high from the things that we did well and be like, yeah, we have momentum back. And now I'm just like, oh my God, but we have to keep that momentum. So really thinking that continuing this momentum, because we have a lot of very complex things to do. This is very true, especially the upcoming proposals. I think the reward system is probably and the dev. I mean, I just feel like these are our big priorities, and it looks like it just looks like that is what the votes are saying too. So if we look at sort of actions that we can do to do better, we have 10 minutes left. So I'm going to set our timer for just 4 minutes. And if we can focus on what we've deemed to be the biggest priorities, so Common Swarm needs to be replaced with a new dev team. What actions can we take to help that? Reward system looks off now, and reward is going to be a touchy topic, taking time to debate. Hopefully this can be accelerated. So these are the 3 that have the highest amount of votes. And I'll set a timer for 4 minutes now. Time to brainstorm on how we can solve some of these or address them in our next sprint. All right, so we have 2 seconds left. And maybe we can ask Mount Manu if you can read the things we can do, actions to improve for us all. And while you're doing this, I'm going to try to start to, if everyone can help too, cluster them so that we can vote on them in the last few minutes we have left.
Okay, should I start now?
Yeah.
Okay. Prioritizing is really important. Saying no is a must. Realistically, estimating the time it takes to complete issues. Ideally, using YGG's Discord bot for time tracking. Promoting a culture of true self about limitations. Outlining the pieces of work that need to be done to conclude the praise system. Everyone engage more on the, well, actually, it's like everyone engage more on the forum. And then dev team question is a tough one. Do we have a description of exactly the skill set that we're looking for? Can we raise awareness of this need publicly? Begin to have productive discussions around working group funding and individual rewards. Adapt sprint planning to fit smaller tasks, strive for precision, maybe 3 small tasks a day we commit to. Making an initial proposal for the reward system, it can just be good enough. Don't try for perfection on the reward system, propose something and let it evolve. Take time to help newcomers in the community that can relieve some of our workloads. Livia will make a reward system proposal today and share it even if it looks bad. Smiley face. Present more ideas if you have them. Create small issues for the reward system that we can take on, split, and win. Talking to Brett about it this week. I hope everyone wants him, though outlook is unlikely. Be more collaborative and help each other initiatives if you have nothing else going on. No focus on research. I love research. Make a little description of dev skills we are looking for and putting it out there. Train someone with dev skills we are looking for. Brainstorm on how and whether it's possible. Have a steward or collaborator to commit on supporting Omega and reaching out to StepNet to discuss their thoughts, making a wish list for devs, making a long-term roadmap planning, and last but not least, I don't know how to search for a dev team, but can we rely on SMEs in the community? That's it.
Cool, thanks. Okay, and now's the moment to use your 2 votes to pick the one that is the one you think is most important and that we should address in this sprint that we'll plan tomorrow.
I apologize, Tam. I am terrible at grouping. I just realized that.
Thanks for trying, Nate.
This is awful.
Hopefully everyone remembers the one that really resonated with them. I like this idea of, in writing, there is something called, like writers call something like a shitty first draft, and SVD, and it's like, it's going to be bad, but just put it on paper and let it be bad. And then after you do it 2 or 3 times, there's a good version of it. And I feel like maybe we just do the shitty first draft of the reward system proposal. So I feel like this one and this one are actually the same. It's basically what's the description of the dev and then make it public. So I'm going to bundle those two together. All right, and if everyone has voted, anyone who hasn't cast their votes yet? Okay. Oh, cool, thanks. All right, I am happy to say in our last minute, we have 2 3-star issues. So the first is, what is like the description that we're looking for? And I think if we can make that available to the stewards and the wider community, we'll have a greater reach, even if it's probably a difficult task. And then don't try perfection on the reward system, propose something and let it evolve. So these are 2 actionable tasks I think we'll be able to achieve in this sprint by making them issues on our sprint board tomorrow. Cool, thanks. Thanks everyone for doing this with us all together.
In the last 5 seconds, all we need an Aragon dev. That's it. So
what is an Aragon dev? Is Aragon the programming language?
Aragon is like DAOs, like the DAO framework that we use that came from Aragon, and there's probably maybe 100 people in the world that are competent Aragon devs, and they're all very, very busy.
Is it something someone can be trained to learn, can study, can, like with the right coding background, will they be able to pick it up in 3 months, 2 months?
No.
Have you talked to Michael Hewer?
I have not, but he's not an Aragon dev, is he?
He's not. He's currently exploring it and learning it right now, but he's
That's cool.
Quite competent. So I don't know if
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely talk to him about it.
Yeah.
It would be very difficult without someone who has previous experience in this crazy system.